Australia has formally introduced one of the world's toughest online age restrictions, effectively cutting off social media access for kids under 14 and requiring parental consent for teens aged 14 to 15. This policy has been discussed for years, but now it's becoming reality, and the implications are enormous. The government's argument is simple. Social media has become a threat to children's mental health, safety, and development. They cite rising anxiety, cyberbullying, exposure to harmful content, and the addictive design of social apps. For many Australian policymakers, this is not just about regulation, it's about public health. The new rules place strict obligations on companies like TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, and even platforms like Discord. Tech companies must implement age verification systems capable of reliably identifying a minor, and if they fail, they face extremely heavy fines. This includes using government-backed identity checks, biometric verification, and data matching systems that already exist across the country. Supporters say the policy is long overdue. Mental health researchers have warned for years that children's brains, especially those under 14, are highly vulnerable to dopamine cycles created by constant scrolling, likes, and notifications. Parents, exhausted and overwhelmed by the digital battlefield, largely approve of the new rules. And governments around the world are now watching Australia as a test case. But critics raise important concerns. They argue that enforcing age verification at this scale introduces new privacy risks. What happens when millions of children must upload personal information? Can tech companies be trusted to not misuse or leak that data? And even if the system works, will determined teenagers simply bypass restrictions using VPNs or foreign platforms? There is also a deeper question. Does banning social media actually fix the underlying problems? Some experts argue that social media is only one part of a broader mental health crisis, and that removing it might only push harmful behaviors into different places, such as group chats, gaming platforms, or anonymous forums. Others believe the ban could create a digital divide, where wealthier families find ways around restrictions while poorer families remain locked out of online spaces. Internationally, Australia's move is intensifying the global debate about children's rights, digital autonomy, and the responsibilities of tech giants. Countries like the United States, the United Kingdom, France, and South Korea are already considering similar policies, but none have acted as aggressively as Australia just did. So, will it work? The honest answer is, it depends. If the goal is to reduce exposure to harmful content, it may succeed. If the goal is to transform youth mental health outcomes, the results will be far more complicated. And if the goal is to pressure social media companies into fundamentally redesigning their platforms, then Australia has just fired one of the first major shots in a global digital policy revolution. Whether this becomes a blueprint for other nations or a cautionary tale will be revealed in the coming months. I'm your global affairs analyst, and this is the unfolding story of a nation trying to protect its children by reshaping the digital world.